Sports, we all play them, right? There's many kinds of sports. Track, football, basketball. Well, today I'm going to tell you a story about this, how I got myself a concussion this summer playing football with my friends. So the lesson I learned was that you should tell your parents when you got hurt, because I ended up paying a hospital bill of $400. So the story is that we were just outside playing catch, and so I was being really dumb for some reason and started running the ball, and I tripped, and then I hit my head on this really dry piece of dirt, and I was on the ground. I don't know how long I was on the ground, but my friends were like freaking out, not knowing what to do. So I get back up, and we go back to my friend's house, and then we told the parents' mom, and then I assumed she would have said something to my mom, called her or something, but she didn't. So a few days later at work, a teacher comes in and tells my dad, and then he was really, really mad at me, and we ended up going to the hospital right after work because I didn't tell my parents right away. And then it basically ended up me having to give my parents $400 because that's how much the hospital bill was. And that's my lesson of having to pay a $400 bill. And that's one thing you could learn too, is that you should tell your parents if you get hurt, because boy, that was probably the worst thing in the world, having my dad yell at me and then having to give him $400, and then I had to give my mom $400 too.
Wait, $800?
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't know why I had to give my mom $400, but it's just the way it is, I guess, in my family. And I guess that was $800 less for me for gas money, but you know, that was probably the worst thing in the world. So yeah, so the lesson is that you should always tell your parents, because you might have to go to the hospital, and then you should always, I think, is that there are many sports you can play, and there are many consequences to them. The consequence I guess I got was getting a concussion and hitting my head really hard on the ground and going to the hospital basically 3 days later, paying a whole bunch of money to my parents.
Awesome.